What's up? Welcome to Grimy Politics. This is Josh here with my buddy Errol.
How y'all doing today? It's
We are
Sunday.
right. That's exactly what we're doing. We're doing Sunday. Errol's working on a couple different things for future shows and whatnot. I'm gonna play a little bit of Buoyancy, a game I ran on live stream the other night on Mixer. Uh, Brand new game came out like 2 days ago. May have some issues that make it borderline unplayable, but I'm gonna try to play it anyways. As you can see here, I have my save file. I spent a little bit of time kind of figuring out all the way the save system works and the code. So I'm gonna hack it because I cheat. That's what I do with video games. I cheat. If it ain't working out the way I want, I'm gonna make it work out the way I want. And so, kind of, I think what I'm gonna do here is a test platform. I'm gonna create me a new save, give myself ideal scenarios and materials, and see if it's survivable because there's a pirate issue. That's what I will be doing.
And as he said, I'm just looking for new content, things that we can do on the channel for you guys.
Yeah, the Dave Chappelle stuff. I'm also going to be following a couple news stories that are going on right now. Dorian, the hurricane that's getting ready to hit down in Florida. The Texas shooting from yesterday. The guy who was driving around shooting folks. Sounds like there might have been a couple fatalities, a bunch of injuries. Press conference a little bit earlier. I might grab some info from that. I'm starting a new ship.
Oh, that's a whole new game?
I'm gonna start up a new game because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the information that I've learned from the other hack file or from hacking with it and put it into this one. I'm just kind of looking at what materials are available there now. The big problem is metal and food, because man, the pirates, as soon as they hit you, they mess you up pretty good. Right now, my ship is, or my city's kind of sad. It's a starter city with just the town center and a couple platforms, but it looks like there's stuff around. Oh yeah, there's stuff out there. And I will say from this side, it is a really pretty game.
So what is the game actually about? Like, what's the purpose? What are you supposed to be achieving?
All right, so it's a city builder, a lot like City Skylines or Frostpunk. Basically a city builder with a unique premise. I think this is kind of taken away from Mortal Engines, that movie that came out last year where the cities all rolled around on like tracks and stuff. Remember that?
Yeah.
Apparently really good books, but a really crappy movie. But the premise with this one is it's post-apocalyptic, and everybody's kind of consolidated down to either floating platforms or roaming cities. So what we got here is the starts of a city. I got a population of 10 who are already going to be starting to get hungry, and they're rowers. So if you look at it, whenever I click up here, they're basically hand rowing. I've currently got one rower. One guy's moving this whole thing, and that's pretty cool. The stuff floating in the water are your resources. So here is a floating crate of resources. As I go across it, it'll tell me basically what I picked up. I got 12 wood from that. And then we'll head over here. There's a whale here that once you have the right building units, you can start to harvest, like getting whale blubber and stuff like that off of them, and meat. And same thing as I go across this one, it's going to pick it up. I'm gonna kick up the steam a little bit.
Is this a grind? Grind game?
Honestly, no, not really, because I mean, it seems like a lot of it goes kind of quick. I think honestly, what this is going to be is one of those games where you just try to see how far you can get before you get stuck and not able to do anything. But here's like some of the issues. Like, so this is obviously like a flat out new release game. If you play through the tutorial, at the end of the tutorial, it says, thank you for playing our game. If no one is waiting for this booth, please continue to play. But if not, please give up the booth. So it's basically the build that they brought to whatever kind of games conventions and stuff they were going to. But this side of the game, which is actually, I'm guessing, the main part of it, it's all there. Like, there's no, how in games like you're like, okay, build this, and after you build 2 of these and get a little bit of money, we're gonna unlock this building. Well, they didn't do any of that. Everything is unlocked right out the gate. They have a lot of it.
So this is a beta game.
It's early access. Yeah, it's like before beta. Beta is probably, I looked at the development roadmap or outline they had, and it seems like they're going to try to get a lot of it done within the next year, maybe. We'll have to see, but this is everything they have in the game unlocked and ready to go. So now I have a decent amount of supplies, plastic and stuff. I just want to kind of fill out the menu before I get it in. So the problem that comes in, and I guess I'll just go ahead and play in here and play through it and show you what's going to happen. I'm going to run out of resources pretty quick, and then I'm going to get hit by pirates. So, get a fishery going first. I'm like stopping my ship. Oh, trading post. This music just comes and goes too. The other night it was quiet for like 10 minutes and then all of a sudden music.
So they at least got that to continue. So trying to figure out.
Right? Welcome back, music. Please stuff. Ooh, bread's hard to come by. Got some bread.
They say 2000 party over. Oops, out of time.
I honestly thought that was going to be something he ran through the whole show with. I was expecting that to almost be like the theme, like he was going to, sing like a song and kind of play off of it and stuff, but...
During the whole show?
Yeah.
I kind of see what he did there. Like, he is a fucking fantastic storyteller.
Oh, yeah.
And so part of that was just explaining to people. I guess the whole little bit of it was just explaining about, like, grass ain't fucking greener.
Right.
Because his buddy killed himself. And the Foot Locker employee didn't even think about it. It never occurred to him.
Not even for a second.
That's wow.
I even suggested it.
I even suggested it. He was like, nah, man.
I'm good. I'm good.
Like, nah, man. Like I said, I watched it like 3-4 times now.
Last
and
night,
I'll probably watch it 5 more times.
Right. Last night we watched another one. That
one of these oldies.
I'm not sure. It almost seemed like the one we watched last night was referencing stuff from the new one, and it had me thinking maybe it wasn't a new one, or maybe this one came out like this week or something. But because he was talking about the trouble he got in with the transvestites, and I was like, is he talking about Sticks and Stones, or has he been ragging on transvestites for a while?
Yeah.
And it kind of sounds like he may have been ragging on transvestites for a while.
I mean,
he
admitted it. He admitted it.
Right.
Well, there's like a epilogue to the Sticks and Stones. Maybe that's what you watched. It's about 30 minutes.
No, this one was its own like stand-up deal.
Oh, its own thing.
Mm-hmm. I'm playing this game legitimately until I hit the wall. We'll see what happens.
Then it's hack away, huh?
Yeah, I mean, I already messed with it a little bit. Even when I gave myself everything possible the other night, like last night and this morning, like, it didn't make the game easy. I mean, it's got its own issues. But I love the principle. Really neat. I can see it going really far. More trade. What I'm at a trading post, and my options are trade, leave, demand resources, take them prisoner, eat them.
Eat them. Eat them.
Eat them.
Kuru disease.
Exactly. Like, I don't know how deep they've gotten into that, but well, look at this rescue craft right here next to this trade post.
Where did you find this game? How did you hear about it?
Steam. I just went over there to kind of see what was going on the other night, see if there's anything cool, new kind of deal, and it was recommended to me because of all the other games I play. And since then, on the Steam discussion page, I found there's actually a couple other games like this, like one's called Flotsam, and then there's another one that hasn't come out yet, or that's the one that hasn't come out yet that's similar to it. You said Dave Chappelle could lead your people, huh?
Definitely. I mean, goddamn, I would rather have somebody tell me the truth, even if it fucking hurts, than have somebody continue to lie to me or bring something else to center stage that doesn't even have anything to do with our fucking livelihoods. Right. You know what I mean? That's what I'd rather have. I mean, fuck. Could you imagine Dave Chappelle running for fucking president?
Right.
At this point, I mean, who else? Who the fuck else could come back?
It's funny, man. He was doing the stand-up we watched last night was talking about the fact that the Saturday after the election in 2016, he hosted Saturday Night Live. I watched it, and I think they let it off with one of their cold open was a Trump cold open because that's what they do. But then Dave had his opening monologue, and apparently, like he didn't prep for it at all. Like he just basically went out there and winged it. And during it, basically at the end of it, he said, you know, if Trump would be cool to us, we should be cool to him, and basically just trying to be like diplomatic about it and stuff. And he got raked over the coals.
Did he?
He said, I wish I hadn't said that. And earlier in the show, he had said, as a habit, I as a policy, I never feel bad about anything I say up here. And then later on the show, he's like, I wish I hadn't said that because it wasn't worth the trouble it caused me. And because they were, you know, there were articles that were being put out that he was a Trump supporter and everything. He's like, I never said that. He basically the only thing he said was something along the lines of, he didn't want to have to vote for Hillary Clinton because she was an evil person, but he had to vote for her, basically is what it came down to. He's like, I don't like it, but I did it. He was mentioned in the stark contrast to the 2008 election with Obama, where he's like, you know, he went to go vote then, and it was like, you know, a row of black people all like, yeah, we're getting our president, which is cool, you know, and stuff. And he said, but in 2016 it was different. He said it was poor white people, and he's like, I don't dislike poor white people, you know. And he said, you know, they obviously thought they were choosing what was best for them, what was going to work out best for them. But no, you could hear it. I don't think he had any animosity about the actual election and stuff like that. I think his problem was the way that everybody just refused to be cool with everybody after that.
Yeah.
And that goes into what we were talking about with Tim Pool, that event he's trying to have there near his house. He's trying to basically pull together right-wing viewers, trying to pull together progressive people, including people from like the Young Turks and stuff. Like he's done everything those progressive groups asked for, including getting more women, more minorities, more progressive ideologies and stuff like that. Like he's doing all of those things, and yet they're still threatening to burn down the theaters that he's holding these events in. He's had to move his event, even though he had a contract for like 6 months. Basically, it's I think it's called Minds in Real Life. That website they're a part of, that they're going to try to bring people together just to be able to talk about things, and it's turning into like this huge mess. Because even when you try to do what the liberals ask you to do, they're still unhappy, because their problem, they don't have a problem with like a Mike Cernovich or a Ben Shapiro or somebody that's like a really hardcore right-wing person holding an event, right? They have an issue with it, but they won't go out of their way to stop it. But when you start talking about people doing what Tim's talking about doing, bringing people together to actually have a conversation.
Or people who used to be liberals and Democrats. Right.
That's where they have a problem, because, you know, at the Ben Shapiro speech, Ben's only going to bring in people that are already right-wing. No left-winger is going to go there to hear a differing opinion. But with this event, that's exactly what's going to happen, and they don't like it. Tim, I don't know if he's mentioned them specifically by name, but it's the typical culprits. The Antifa folks, the hardcore progressive left wing, and they threatened to burn down the theater. And the guy that owned the theater, he had never dealt. He's not in the know. He's not, as we would say, a part of the game. He doesn't know this is just what happens whenever you hold a political thing. So the guy freaked out and backed out, and so they've got another venue, but get this, they can't even announce where the venue is until the day before, because if they do, they'll get threats and they'll try to burn it down. Like, I get it. Like, I get it if it was like a bunch of right-wing, alt-right, Proud Boy, stuff, out there screaming and whatnot, but it's not. It's Tim Pool trying to put together an event so we can try to have some sort of civility amongst us again.
Civil conversation.
Yeah, and
coming up together.
And what they said, burn it down. I don't know.
Man. Somebody needs to call out the left for their hypocrisy, man. They want to fight against inequality, and they want, everybody to be fair and equal and be able to live together, but yet you're fucking trying to burn people down.
Right. Yeah.
For what they believe in. That's crazy. How is that different from Nazis or fucking
any fascist organization?
Yeah. How is that different?
It's not. It's literally the definition of fascism, using violence and threats of physical violence to advance your political ideology. And that's what they're doing, because they don't have any ideology. All they know is they want the feel goods. They want all the stuff that feels good, but none of it really works. Like, for instance, Taylor Swift right now, dude. I just watched, I think it was Steven Crowder did a video about Taylor Swift. She's out there pushing for the Equality Act. And she was pushing it as basically just that, being like, it's just equality for everyone, equal rights for everyone. And that sounds great, and that sounds terrific until you look at it on paper. And what it means is that every single organization or entity that deals with people at all would have to treat any guy who decided he was a chick today like a chick. And the problem starts to be is like an incident that came up where there's apparently some dude that was basically trying to use the fact that he was transgender to be able to see girls naked, and we're talking about young girls. And the left is championing this maniac, saying that he should totally be able to do that. And it's just like, I don't think you guys understand the severity of what the hell is going on here. Like, it's one thing, like, they're not, the Equality Act doesn't even say that, Errol, if you decide to claim yourself as a woman, you can be a woman. It says if you decide tomorrow you're an attack helicopter, you can be that tomorrow. You can go to bed tonight being like, I'm gonna identify as something completely different tomorrow. I'll decide in the morning, and the law will cover you for that.
Like Chappelle said,
there ain't a bathroom for you for 2 states.
Say LeBron.
Right.
Say LeBron wants to be a woman.
840 points a game.
840 points a game. First quarter. No, fuck that. It's first quarter. Okay? Give him a break the second quarter, third quarter. 840 points.
Yeah, it's hard to get around the what is it, the fast twitch muscle fiber that men have. We just have so much more of it than women that it's not fair, because there was no reason for women to try to evolve to be dudes because we already had dudes.
You know what it is? I think a lot of the left understand that they've gone too far, but they can't go back now.
No.
Some people want to start a fight. Some people just want to see a fight go.
Yeah, well, you saw what happened, dude, when a situation came up where someone's actually trying to, like, counter the culture and lead the left. They kicked her out, Tulsi Gabbard. She was she didn't buy into the identity politics. She didn't believe in open borders, but she believed in all the basic fundamental, what used to be fundamental liberal values, dude. And you saw what happened. I mean, she's been barred from the next debate.
But no one cares about this. No one cares about how she's been treated unfairly. Doesn't she have a lawsuit against Google or something like that?
Yeah, she does, for $50 million. No
one cares about that, though.
Nope.
No one cared. No, there's no headlines about it. Like, nope. If you hadn't told, I had to go looking for it.
Yeah.
Now, let it been against Hillary or somebody. I bet they've been front page
still be
on every streaming.
It would have got it 72 hours in the cycle.
Yep.
It would have been 72 hours in the news till something else came up.
And that's crazy. People don't want to look at that, man. They're being fucking hypocrites.
Yep. It's just getting scary, man. The party, the liberals like to call themselves the party of science, yet the science says there's only two genders. So I don't know how they're getting to where they're at. And climate change, holy crap, dude. Somebody pulled up an article from 1989 from the United Nations, and it said if something's not done about climate change soon, the whole world's going to end. That was 30 years ago. Maybe they don't.
I thought it was supposed to end in 2012. What happened to that?
Right.
Did it skip us?
Right. No, that was the Mayan stuff. But yeah, no, I mean, now IOC is still saying 12 years, and she keeps flip-flopping back and forth between the fact whether that was a joke or it wasn't a joke. Like, pick one. We don't care. Just pick one.
That wasn't a joke. She meant.
No, she totally believed that. 100%.
All right. I don't know. I ain't following this bull either. They can keep going all they want. All they really doing is people with common sense. They're forcing us to leave that side, to leave the left.
There's no way to stay over there unless you're following them down the rabbit hole.
Yep. Unless you believe in this, I can kill my baby after 9 months.
Right.
And crap like that. Like, no, I can't do it. But like I said, I think they know they went too far and they just can't turn back now. They can't be like, I'm wrong. That's gone. They can't apologize for it. They gotta keep going.
Too late, you gotta stay the course. You gotta stay
until
the
they
course.
Destroy.
There's no way to hold on to the left or party of the Democrats while grabbing any moderates. Your choice, or you can either try to grab those people in the middle that decide elections, or you can grab those people way over there to the left, because what they're saying, what the Democrats are saying right now in these primaries, dude, by the time we get to the generals, there's going to be no way for them to backpedal it. There's going to be no backing off of it. I'm looking at the windy map here for the hurricane. Looks like the Marsh Harbor just got the eye at it. So rain bands looks like they might be starting to enter into Florida. Look at all that lightning.
Hope they're safe down there, man. I mean, I know they get this shit every year, but
right.
Like, hopefully they prepare well enough for this one.
Yeah, I think they'll probably be all right. It looks like all the current models. I was looking at this track earlier. Yep, here's their projected. Maybe. Yep, so it looks like now they're saying it's going to skirt. I'm looking at Fox News here. It's still a Cat 5 at 185 mile an hour sustained winds and 225 mile an hour gusts. That's a monster. That's a monster.
Be safe.
No kidding.
Jesus, take shelter.
No kidding. That's crazy. It should die down as it starts to encroach on the coast. So hopefully
Are we gonna feel any of that in a couple of days? I know we're in like the mid.
Nah. That's gonna, as you can see here, it's gonna bounce off. Gonna run up along the coast. So all these guys are gonna get hooked up, but it'll be a major storm here. But by the time it probably hits the edge of Georgia, it'll probably be down a little bit, and then it'll all depend on how close to the shore it gets. Because anytime a hurricane comes onto land, that the resistance of trees, plants, and buildings and geography slows it down, so it loses energy. But yeah, no, it could have been a lot worse. It could have ran right across Florida right here. Like if it had just ran right up and across Florida, it could have built up more energy here and then decimated somewhere in here. There was 2 models as of I think when actually had that happening, and everybody's like, "No, that's not happening." I'm like, "Let's hope that's not happening." Because dude, you got to figure if this water out here is like 80 degrees, 85 degrees, it's probably 95 in here, and it just produces storms.
Like a huge pimple.
Right?
So that was the center of the storm.
Yeah, it's the eye.
Is that where it get the worst?
Yeah, right outside the eye is going to be the worst on the left side. So this would be the worst part, like right up in here. Not good.
Jesus.
There we go. Let's see what it is in the middle. In the eye, it's around 16 to 40. Then as you get out, 67, 67, 71. So it looks like the strongest winds on the northeast quadrant are getting up into the 80s according to this thing.
Damn, they about to get smacked.
Yeah. Yep. But I mean, that's what this whole area is, for. They're seeing winds on the coast right now of 20 miles an hour is the word. So it's coming. Where's my boat?
How your people doing? You abandoned them?
I did. I kind of did. I didn't pause it or anything. They would have been totally susceptible to pirates and all kinds of shenanigans. Not that there's anything I can do about pirates right now, anyways. I have no steel.
So they have a name for this Texas shooter.
Yeah.
Seth Ator.
That's a tour?
Seth
Huh.
Ator.
What's current stats on it? And get this. They were initially trying to pull him over because he used his turn signal too late. There's no such thing as a routine stop.
Yeah, he just got pulled over and opened fire and then changed vehicles. After opening fire for a while, changed vehicles to a United States Postal Workers truck.
Nah, man, you take your car to the spray and pray. Cash and spray.
Yeah, he hijacked the postal truck and dished his gold Honda, shooting at people as he made his way to a distance 20 miles.
Damn.
Police confronted him in a movie theater parking lot and killed him in the shootout.
Oh, damn. Wow. That's sad to hear, man.
22 people injured, including a 17-month-old girl and 3 law enforcement.
Damn. That's sad. Well, never let a tragedy go to waste. I'm sure somebody's taking advantage of it. Are all of the current Democratic candidates up there screaming about gun control again this morning? They are.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. But I mean, there's nothing you could really do about that. This guy was driving. I mean, he was clearly crazy or had something going on.
Yeah, there's going to be more to that story that we'll probably not be inclined to.
Mm-hmm.
Sad.
Before the vehicle came to a complete stop, the man grabbed a rifle, pointed out of his rear window, and fired toward the trooper patrol unit.
Damn.
So yeah, he didn't stop. He crept, hit the gas, turned backwards, and shoot him.
Wow. Dude.
Yeah, he was.
That's out there.
He was on a mission.
Yeah, he was out there to do that. But boy, the amount of ammo he'd had been running around with him. Surely he didn't land every shot he took. Game.
So it says the shooting happened hours before a series of firearm laws go into effect in Texas, where 4 of the 10 deadliest mass shootings in modern U.S. history have happened. The new measures will loosen gun restrictions and allow weapons on school grounds, apartments, and places of worship.
Yep. Texas don't mess around, dude. Texas.
After the shooting Saturday, Democratic presidential candidates issued statements calling for gun reform.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I knew that there was some stuff going on in Texas. Dude, it's all reactionary stuff, man. You got super left-leaning states doing super left-leaning stuff, and then super right-leaning states doing super right-leaning stuff. And it's all reactionary. It's like, oh, you're doing that, we're going to do this. Oh, well, you're doing that, then we're going to do this. It's how civil wars get started.
This is crazy. Texas is home to 10 of the deadliest. I mean, damn, you get kind of proving the point for the Democrats, man. I'm sorry, but you kind of proving a point.
Yeah, but the problem is that it's almost like we've talked about before, that sometimes humans create problems humans can't solve. How do you take the guns away from the bad guys and ensure the good guys can still defend themselves? Because think about it, man, if you live in a rural area, the police response time can be 20 to 30 minutes. You have to have a gun.
Well, yeah, I'm definitely pro-gun. I don't believe in taking the guns from every law-abiding citizen and leaving, you know what I mean, the criminals to get what they got, you know what I mean,
Right.
to just be out here doing whatever. Because the fact is, you're not going to take it away from the criminals, because obviously they've been able to get it no matter what you fucking did or what you said. So if they have them, why should not? Is my thing. And with this case, everybody not having the gun wouldn't have made it worse. I don't think.
Right.
I don't feel. You know what I mean? He already shot and injured 22 people. So he was in a car, obviously, so it would have been hard to stop that. But like, say if he was inside the mall, you know what I mean?
Right.
A couple people would have had that gun, that shit would have been over very, very quickly.
We've seen that happen. And generally in Texas, man, they may have a lot of shootings, but they're usually the capital for citizens stopping the shootings too, because everybody's packing and stuff. But I mean, random acts of violence, dude, are almost completely impossible to prepare for anyways. I mean, it's like that's why you see those concrete barriers up all over the place where pedestrians walk now. It's because they can't just assume somebody's not just going to punch it on a pickup truck and mow down 30, 40 people like happened over in Nice years ago. I mean, there's no, if that kid hadn't had access to a gun, I mean, it may have been something else. And it's not the tool, it's the heart. People have hearts that are wanting them to do bad stuff. I don't know how to legislate against that. Hard to legislate against evil.
Yeah. Feel bad, man, but something needs to be done. I don't know what it is. That's why I'm not
right.
a politician, but something needs to be done.
Struggling for metal.
Huh?
Just the metal issue in this game. Every time I get some, it's gone. I haven't had much. About to have. Out of food.
I feel like left mad again, man. So you remember the whole thing with Trump blocking people?
Yeah,
and they got it to where it's unconstitutional.
Yeah, he couldn't block people. You can't if you're serving in a public capacity as an official in any capacity, you cannot block people on Twitter.
Well, tell the left that, because now AOC and a couple of Democrats are playing that game.
Rules for you, not for me. Which
Um,
one this time?
Oh, well, AOC, definitely. Yeah. She's the front runner for it. They're basically telling her some, violation of First Amendment rights. You got to unblock. You got to do that. It's the same crap that y'all did against Trump.
Yep. And she said something like, I've only got 20 people blocked, blah, 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 blah. It's like, well, one of those 20 people are suing you.
Right. How many backfired, man. Y'all pushed it. Y'all pushed it when it was Trump.
Yep. They wanted it as a thing, and now it's a problem.
Now it's a thing.
Have you seen all the trolling Trump's been doing on Twitter?
I haven't.
I love that dude. When Kirsten Gillibrand dropped out of the race, he said, such a sad day for the Democrats. Kirsten Gillibrand dropped out of the race today. I'm so glad they never found out she was the one I was really afraid of. Just trolling him. He's not afraid of any of them. Yeah. Trump does a good job of trolling. He's the internet trolling chief, they call him.
Keep on doing it, man. You can't be mad using your own bull against you. You can't be mad at that.
Right.
You set it in motion.
Mm-hmm.
And right now, what's trending for me is why men think women need us. Whatever reason. Can you think of anything?
I mean, just biologically.
Ooh, Kevin Hart was involved in a major car crash.
Today?
Yeah, last night.
Uh-oh.
Last night, man. I got the pictures up if you want to see him, man.
Yep, you're up. That's Kevin Hart's car?
Yeah. He bought it in July, from what they say. Crashed it. That is wild.
You got any?
Yeah, this was the car. That's how it looked before it was trashed.
Oh no. Any verified news sources? Because dude, if he was in that car, he's dead.
Nah, taken to the hospital with major injuries to his back there for single vehicle crash near Los Angeles.
See the wreck again. Wreck photos.
Huh?
Let's see the pictures of the car again after it was wrecked. Dude, it looked leveled. Back injuries?
He survived.
What the hell happened?
I have no idea.
Damn, I mean, thank God he's alive. Thank science. Dude, that's terrible.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, that's
all thoughts to Kevin Hart on that one, dude. That sucks. Did him being a short dude save his ass?
I think so. Whatever went across the top of that car, he was.
He wasn't even paying attention. What just happened?
Oh, my back.
Ow, my back. Damn. I hope he's okay. I can't believe that. I mean, I can't believe that wasn't bigger news.
Yeah.
I've had news on the background all day. I haven't heard nothing about it.
I'm interested in what Kevin Hart thought about Dave Chappelle's special. That's what I'll be interested in knowing. A lot of stuff I didn't know until Dave Chappelle said it. Like, what is it that they found from 10 years ago?
Yeah. The comment about smashing his kid over the head with a dollhouse.
I didn't know that was the comment. I didn't know what it was until he said it.
Yeah, really? There was a couple of them, man. That wasn't the only one they slammed him for, dude. It was back when they were going after every single celebrity. That's when we got James Gunn, and a couple other guys too. But yeah, there was 4 tweets from Kevin Hart back in the day, and here's the thing: like, none of them were in the realm of possibilities of things he would do. Like Dave said, what are you gonna go buy a dollhouse to smash it over his kid's head?
Right.
But yeah, he had a couple of them. But dude, so did everybody else, man. If anybody had a Twitter account 10 years ago was posting terrible, terrible shit. And anyone that's got a Twitter account today is posting terrible, terrible shit.
I wouldn't have apologized. I'm just keep it real. I wouldn't have apologized.
You should do what I do. I just set up my Twitter account to delete anything older than 6 months. I've had a Twitter account for 5-6 years. Never have I ever had to prove I tweeted something. Better to just get rid of it.
And screenshot me.
Screenshot you.
Post it. I don't care what you do.
Right? Like it kills me when these like directors get signed up for like Disney or something for a big contract, like a nobody director, and then they get a big shot at a movie with Disney, and it's like, dude, why would you not just nuke everything you've ever done? Like, there's nothing in there that's going to earn you new fans. It's the stuff you're doing today that's going to earn you new fans. Like James Gunn, like, I get it. James Gunn was an edgy dude. He was a horror director. He loved to post, like, really, really edgy stuff to get people's attention and stuff, which is fine. But then you got signed on by Disney to do the Guardians of the Galaxy, and you were probably going to go on to be the producer of the entire MCU when Kevin Feige retired, and you left all that stuff up there. You were asking for that. He should have paid somebody. He should have paid somebody to go through there and delete any super edgy stuff. Dude, it's all about who you're being employed by.
Dude, no, victim blaming. You are victim blaming. There is no way he should have to do anything for crap he said 10 years ago. And just because you say those,
but it wasn't just 10 years
those ago. Words.
You talking about Kevin?
Everybody
or you
was
Gunn?
Using. Huh?
Talk about Gunn or Kevin?
Either one. I don't know exactly what Gunn said.
James Gunn's stuff was all pedophilia based. Like having sex with little kids and.
Oh, that's different.
And then not even like 3 years ago, he went to an adult Halloween costume dressed up like a priest with 2 schoolgirls. 2 girls dressed up like schoolgirls. And I can see the comedy in that and stuff, but it's kind of out of taste. It's kind of out of place. You're a 40-year-old man dressing up like that for Halloween costumes, or for parties.
You already talked about it.
And he had there was stuff in his Twitter account history that were really, really bad. Nothing that I would even consider repeating on here or showing, because we'll get dinged. Like, you can't talk about him, but it's okay for him. I mean, here's the thing, man. There is nothing wrong with apologizing for who you used to be. And you can say, hey, listen, I made some racy tweets in the past. It doesn't reflect who I am now and the values that I hold today. And because nothing good can come of it, I'm just going to delete them. There's been a couple times now that a director for, like, I think Star Wars and a couple different, like, people that suddenly got popular have said, I went and purged everything that I've ever done. And then it's the speculation of, well, what was in there? Well, dude, the speculation of what was in there is almost always better than what was actually in there. So it's almost not worth it. Because you got to remember, dude, when Twitter first started up, nobody knew what the hell was really going on. People just got in here to yell at each other. That's all we were doing. And so there's some really, really, really raunchy stuff in there that I will never blame anyone for growing as a person. I am never going to fault someone for feeling differently about feeling differently today than they did about something they said years ago. And if it doesn't reflect you and it gives you that cringe or like, could this be a problem later? Then delete it. It's your right to delete it. Hell, there's even a bill, right to be forgotten, you know, for internet people that really screw up on the internet, for them to eventually get all that stuff deleted. So I think if you're it's one thing if you're just like somebody like us that's, you know, maybe trying to give it a go on as a creator content and stuff like that, trying to be commentators and stuff. But it's another when you're getting signed on by like Disney for like a $12 million contract to direct a movie.
Well, like I said, that's different. You talking
Yeah.
about pedophilia? That's in a
Yeah.
whole nother ballpark than being like, I'm gonna smash a
Kevin's
dollhouse
shit
over
was
your
just
head.
it was probably Kevin's stuff was slightly anti-homophobic, but I refuse to judge someone 10 years ago on the sensibilities of today.
Yeah.
Like 10 years ago that was okay,
now.
but 10 years ago what James Gunn did wasn't okay 10 years ago, so
No,
it doesn't
it
matter. Well, what he said, not what he did, what he said. But like with the Kevin Hart stuff, he should have just owned it, been like, hey, I didn't beat my kid and he likes me, and you know,
right.
it's tough for him though, because Kevin was already kind of walking that line, being a part of the liberal celebrity kind of thing, you know, the Ellens and all that stuff, where he was on that left side. And when that stuff came up, man, that was crazy. And the whole thing with Oscars, he wanted to host the Oscars. Black dude wants to host the Oscars. That was your dream as a little boy?
Yeah, no.
Maybe somebody should have smashed him over the head with a dollhouse.
Yeah, I've never had that dream. But that's cool. I mean, if he wanted to have a dream,
he lived it, so game on. All right, so hacking files.
Like you said, this culture of going back, it's just want to pick a fight for them.
Modern sensibilities, man. It's not always fair to judge everybody by what used to be or what is now, especially when the rules change so radically. Because that's exactly what they do. All right, well, I played it to the point that I'm ready to hack it. I think we'll end it here. This will be a decent little video to throw up and stuff. And we'll probably stream on some more of this. We're uploading this one just as a video because the overseers at YouTube have not seen it fit to allow us to be able to stream yet. So hopefully in the next 24 hours that will be unlocked, and we'll be doing these as live streams, and hopefully people can interact. So until the next video, I'm Josh.
Arrow, see you guys.
All right, later.